Gerrit Jongsma was released from prison in 1955, the beneficiary of a clemency deal struck by the new Dutch queen Juliana that was meant to invite wrongdoers back into society and heal the wounds of World War II. Shortly after Gerrit's release, my father had his one and only face-to-face meeting with the man. He recalls almost nothing about the day, aside from discomfort. A frost forming in the air between Gerrit and his son Tonny. A quick moment on Gerrit's knee. A door closing. And a car ride back home. When Gerrit died in 1960, my father's family skipped the funeral. He and his crimes remained safely hidden in the boxes of the National Archive until, more than 50 years later, my grandmother chose to tell my father a fragment of the truth, and my father chose to pass that fragment on to me. A fragment is all I have to this day. And with the main players dead and the next generation dying, this investigation can only take me so far. There are still holes in the narrative that can only be filled with guesswork, places where the archive splinters, and we'll never know the whole truth. Take the case of my grandfather, Tonny Jongsma. During the war, Tonny was an active member of the Jeugdstorm, the Dutch Hitler Youth. When he disappeared from the record around 1944, we know he left his family home, but where did he go and why did he leave? It's possible he had a falling out with Gerrit. It's equally possible he followed the path of many other Jeugdstormers and went to Germany to support the war effort. What we do know is that when he finally surfaced a few years later, he was fighting for the Dutch army in the Indonesian War of Independence. He had pulled off a kind of magic trick, disappearing out of one war and reappearing in another, again on the losing side. In Indonesia, Tonny met my grandmother, Suzette Meijer, whose background made her a strange bride for the son of a Dutch SS'er. The Meijer family were mixed race, part European, part Asian. They were also, by many reports, Jewish. But the Meijer family history, like so many colonial family histories, is incomplete and fractured. I've heard a rumor about a Meijer family gravestone in Surabaya, carved with a Star of David, but I never had a moment to bring it up to my grandmother before she died 2 years ago. If I had, I wonder if she could have provided me with answers. If there is one thing that brought Tonny and Suzette together, perhaps it was the inaccessibility of their pasts. Tonny hid his shameful family history from the world, and Suzette's lineage remained in a fog, weaving, as it did, between two different cultures, divided by an almost unimaginable gulf of power.